Hey, this is Casey, and if you've self-published your book or you've just finished writing your book, there are some definite steps you need to take to market your book. Never make the mistake of thinking great books sell themselves, because they don't. You definitely need to take some rock solid steps to market your book. There's a bunch of them you can take, but I'm going to focus on 7 big ones today. And to do that, we're going to go straight to my example board. I'm going to share my screen with you here. All right, and we're going to call this video how to promote your self-published book. And again, I've got 7 big steps I want to share with you. And naturally, as a copywriter who writes book marketing copy, some of the tips are going to lean towards writing strong book marketing copy, like this first one. You need to write a strong book description. And the mistake a lot of authors make when they're writing their book description is they think they need to write a description of what their book is about. And that's not what you want to do. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you want to put yourself in a different mindset. Instead of telling people what your book is about, tell people how they'll benefit from reading your book. What are they going to gain? What are they going to discover? What are they going to feel? You can do this with nonfiction books and novels. Now, there's a lot of detail on how to write a strong book description, and I cover that in more detail in other videos in other trainings, but the overall thought you want to have in mind is when people read my book description, they should have a clear understanding of what they're going to gain from my book, how they're going to benefit, how they're going to be excited, what thirst am I going to quench for them. When you do a really good job of detailing what people will get out of your book, they'll know what your book is about. Second thing you want to do is create a strong sales page for your book. Now, you should always have a website for your book. Now, whenever I talk about writing a strong sales page with some authors, they think, I've just been told I need an Amazon description. That's all I need. Well, you want to, yeah, you do definitely need a strong Amazon description, but you want to go beyond just what you need. So in addition to having that Amazon description, create a strong sales page. And one thing that holds authors back from writing a sales page, they think, well, a sales page is kind of longer. It's longer copy, and we can't do that anymore. Everything has to be super short and super sweet. And that's just kind of a vicious rumor that's out there. There's really no data to back that up. Longer copy, if you want to write a sales page about your book that's 500 words or 700 words or 1,000 words, I've written a lot of sales pages for longer sales pages for books that have become Amazon bestsellers. You can definitely do that. The key is to write a sales page that really focuses on the benefits people are going to get out of your book, and to not make it boring. So remember this rule: you can't be too long when you write your marketing copy. You can only be too boring. If you write a compelling sales page, it really leads people, through the process, through a process that demonstrates how they're going to get it. People are going to get a benefit from reading your book, what they're going to enjoy about reading your book. If it's a compelling, dynamic sales page, don't worry about the length. Just worry, you can write a sales page for your book that's 1,000 words that people love reading, or they just jump through it. You can write one that's 500 words that's boring and a slog. So stop thinking about, well, I've got to be short and sweet. I can't have a sales page because sales pages tend to be too long. Think more in terms of, it's not a matter of being too long, it's a matter of being too boring. So if you write compelling, enticing book marketing copy, you'll be just fine. And I definitely recommend having a sales page for your book. Another thing you want to do is build some pre-launch book buzz. So even if you've self-published your book, you put it up on Amazon, and you definitely want to start spreading the word. Think about how Apple in the movie business promotes their products. There's always a buildup. You can never start talking about your book too early. You can talk about it while you're writing the book, while it's being edited, while the cover's being designed. Let people know about your book. Build some buzz on social media. If you have a list of followers, which you should, let them know about it. So just talk about your book, build up that buzz, get the wheels turning on your promotions machine. And just for a little inspiration, think about how Apple does it with their iPhone products and their other products. Think about how the movie business, right now, as I sit here on Memorial Day weekend, Top Gun Maverick just came out. Well, we've been hearing about this movie for a long time, and this is the opening weekend. So get started early building a buzz from your book, building a buzz for your book. Take a break here just for a second. I got a few more tips for you, but I want to tell you about my free ebook you can get your hands on. I love making these videos for you, but you can get more from me. You can go to caseydemchak.com/secrets. Download my free ebook, 7 Must-Know Copywriting Secrets That Sell More Books. It is loaded with a lot of tips and information that are going to help you write really strong promotional copy for your book. I think you'll enjoy having it within arm's reach, or just having it one click away. So you go to this website address, you can download it, or you can just drop on down to the description of this video. I have a link there that you can click. It'll take you right to the page where you can download my free ebook. Now, the next tip I have for you is have a strong pre-sale period. So before you release your book on Amazon, this is kind of tied into building buzz for your book. Have a pre-sale period where people can buy your book before it's actually available. And a great way to entice people to buy your book is to offer bonuses, PDFs, audio files, things, some bonus. Have some bonuses that are connected to your book. It could be tip sheets, have someone interview you as the author, or you can interview some market experts if you've written a nonfiction book. If you've written a novel, you can talk about your creative process. I've got other videos on how to come up with ideas for bonuses, but what you want to do, make bonuses available during your pre-sale period. And one thing you can do is called bonus stacking. If you're going to have let's say a 2-month pre-sale period, have it so people get more bonuses the sooner they offer. So maybe during the first 2 weeks of your pre-sale period, you have 4 or 5 bonuses available. After 2 weeks, you cut that down to just 3 bonuses. Within a week of your book launch, you only have 1 bonus available. So entice people to buy your book early by offering them more bonuses early in your pre-sale period. It's a very effective way to get the ball rolling for your the promotion period for your book. And that kind of leads into my next tip. Have a coordinated book launch. After you build a big buzz, have a pre-sale period where you give away bonuses. And then have a coordinated book launch. Have a big day where you really want to, win a category on Amazon. And a great way to do that is to get your friends together or other people that you know. Friends, colleagues, people who can help promote your book. Have them send out emails and e-blast to your audience on your big launch day. And of course, you can have a link in those emails that takes people to your sales page where they can learn more about your book. And of course, from there, they can click and order from Amazon. But have a well-coordinated book launch day. Again, think about the movie business. They have that big movie premiere, or that launch weekend where they, really build up a buzz. They get a lot of people involved and try to, get a lot of action on that opening weekend. So that's what your book launch is about. You want to get a lot of momentum, a lot of action, and sell a lot of books in a short period of time, and that really can get the ball rolling for you. So definitely you want to have a strong launch where you build up a lot of buzz, get people involved in your book launch, make a big splash, and really go for it. Leverage other people's platforms, and this is kind of tied into having that big book launch. But after you've launched your book, you still want to build up a lot of buzz, a lot of energy about your book, and the way to do that is to what I call leverage other people's platforms. So if you've got some market influencers that or can get yourself introduced to, get on their podcast, do podcast interviews. Of course, you're a writer, so do some guest blogs on other people's websites. So if you know some people who have a large email list, or if you get on a podcast and someone who has a large audience and you're being interviewed on the podcast, you can talk about your book. You can let people know how to get your book or get some bonuses along with your book. Give people an incentive to come to your website, learn about their book. They can buy your book, and again, maybe get some bonuses with it when they purchase it, or just get on your email list. So the more podcast interviews you do, if you do some interviews with 3 or 4 podcasts, and each of those podcasts usually get about 1,000 downloads or 10,000 downloads, that can really help you increase your audience. Same with guest blog posts. A lot of influential people have guest blogs, and have a blog, and if you can do a guest blog post for someone who has, again, 1,000 people on their email list or 10,000 people. Just another way for you to get in front of other people's crowds. So if you're concerned when you launch your book that you have an email list or that isn't very big, form relationships with other people who have large audiences. And you probably already know some people have large audiences. Get on their podcast, do some guest blogging for them. And that's how you get yourself in front of other people's audiences. So you always want to be building your audience and building your list, but you also want to be building relationships with people who have large lists and big audiences so that you can collaborate with them and get yourself in front of their crowd. Lastly, do periodic special promotions. I work with a lot of authors who, they follow these steps. They do a big splash with their launch, and then inevitably after the energy of their book launch is kind of faded, they kind of go, well, now what? But you want to keep the ball rolling, and the way to do that is to run periodic special promotions for your book. And a great way to do that is to tie your promotion into news and cultural events. I call this piggyback marketing. I'll give you a really good example. I worked with an author who wrote some military thrillers. Well, today is Memorial Day here in the United States. So this would be a great weekend to have a special Memorial Day promotion about your military thriller book and offer some special bonuses along as part of this promotion, and have these bonuses only available for maybe 48 hours or 72 hours. We have a 3-day weekend here in the States, so 72 hours would be a great length. You can, tie the promotion of your book to Memorial Day weekend. If you've written a romance novel or a nonfiction book about, how to find your perfect soulmate, run a special promotion around Valentine's Day. If you've written a book about financial planning, April 15th, tax day, money's on the mind around tax day. So run a special promotion around tax day. If you've written a book on women's health, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You can run a special promotion during the month of October when people are hearing a lot about women's health. So think of cultural events, news events that have a similar theme or topic as your book, and run special promotions around those particular news events or cultural events, and kind of think out of the box. Think of different ways to connect your book to things going on in the news, things going on in our culture, and build promotions around those events. And you can do that for the life of your book. So that's a great way to promote your book for the long haul, not just when it's brand new. So I hope these tips have been helpful for you. So there's a lot of things you can do to promote your book, and it's super important that you become your biggest cheerleader for your book. Nobody's ever going to be as passionate about your book as you are. So I definitely want to see you, when you self-publish your book, take some rock solid steps to market it, not just when it's new, but for the long haul. So again, I hope these tips have been helpful for you. I've got some other videos here on my YouTube channel that you can check out. They're loaded with tips about how to market your book and how to write strong book marketing copy for your book. Check out these videos, soak up all the information, and then take a lot of action and make things happen.